Hi everyone and welcome to this presentation where we'll show you how to install electronic eScore target systems at outdoor shooting ranges. This specific presentation covers the firing line, but we also have several other videos on how to use and operate the Kongsberg eScore system and its new groundbreaking virtual platform, and you can find those on our YouTube channel. As mentioned, this video shows you how to install the eScore system at the firing line. Usually we distinguish between two different firing lines: the open air firing line and the roofed firing lines. This video focuses only on the roofed or fixed firing lines, but don't forget that we also have brilliant and easy to use solutions for the mobile firing lines. You can always get in touch with our sales team or your local Kongsberg representative to get more information about these. The shooter monitors are wireless and connect to the eScore system by Wi-Fi. System installation at the firing line is primarily a matter of Wi-Fi antenna installation and connecting cables to those antennas. Most of the images of the monitors in this video are of the G-Tag UX10 monitors, but we have other models as well. We've developed a cabinet for the firing line to keep all the components organized easily. It's originally called a power cabinet with eHub. Try not to confuse this cabinet with a power cabinet with switch, which is normally used at the target line. The cabinets look exactly the same, but we've marked them according to their use to avoid any confusion. The cabinets need to be connected to a mains power outlet close by. This cabinet is normally installed in the control room if the shooting range has one. We've enclosed a drilling template, an extra long drill bit extension, screws and plugs to make the wall mount a little bit easier. We've also provided a power cord that fits your national standard. This cord is attached to the power connector inside of the cabinet. The cabinet also has a key attached to a wire underneath it, so you can easily store the hardware safe. Primarily, KTS delivers two different Wi-Fi solutions. Both solutions use the same Wi-Fi antennas at the target lines. One solution uses two Wi-Fi antennas at the firing line, one for communicating with the target lines and one for communicating with the monitors. The second solution only uses one antenna at the firing line, and this antenna communicates both with the target line and the monitors. This picture shows a couple of Wi-Fi link antennas. One of them is installed at the target line and the second one is installed at the firing line. They have to face each other and they should preferably be installed 3 to 5 meters or yards above the ground. These two antennas communicate with each other and carry all communication between the firing line and the target line. Please also make sure to place the antenna so the antenna cable points downwards. As you can see in this picture, the antennas will come clearly marked with firing line and target line. You need to install them accordingly to avoid later confusion. It's fully possible to connect several target lines to one firing line link antenna, as long as the target line link antennas are placed inside the sector of the firing line link antenna. The system can also be delivered with a separate monitor Wi-Fi antenna. It is marked with firing line monitor antenna. This antenna is directional and is usually installed on one side of the firing line facing all the monitors. The last option we have is the monitor link antenna. This antenna is omnidirectional and it works as a Wi-Fi access point both for the monitors and the target lines. In other words, this antenna needs to be installed in line of sight both for the target line link antennas and the monitors. Usually it's placed at the center of the firing line. No matter which model or how many Wi-Fi antennas are supplied for the firing line, they're all connected to the cabinet at the firing line. For fixed systems, antenna cables are normally provided in the lengths of about 25 meters or 50 meters. Please make sure to secure the antenna cable just below the antennas to avoid tensions with the connectors. The Wi-Fi antennas are paired up by frequencies and channels. We do this to avoid the different systems at a shooting range interfering with each other. To avoid confusion, we've added a color-coded sticker to each of them. The antennas will only communicate with another antenna with the same color code. The target line and the firing line can also be connected using fiber optic cables, but only if the target line and the firing line are powered by a power cabinet. Also, you need to install a so-called fiber optic SFP converter on the switch inside of the power cabinet. The SFP converter connects to LC connected multi-mode fiber optic cables. Please note that there is only room for 2 fiber optic SFP connectors in each power cabinet. KTS can provide network switch cabinets with multiple fiber optic connections for use in larger systems. It's very easy to connect the eScore system to the internet or any other network. The cabinet contains a so-called eHub. This device works as the server, the router, and the firewall for the system and has a connector marked WAN, Wide Area Network. Use a standard network patch cable between the port and your internet access point or range network. Please note that the internet or other networks cannot be connected to other connectors inside the cabinet other than the WAN port. The monitors are only placed at the firing line. You'll get monitor stands with your order to keep them in an upright position. You need a mains power outlet for each monitor, where you store the monitors between use to be able to charge them. If it's not an option, we can provide extra batteries and battery chargers if needed. A fully charged battery should last you a good 10 hours of continuous use. We recommend establishing a good routine for charging the monitors at the range. It is possible to use your own tablet as a monitor. This, however, will mean that we have not installed any software or tested them. If you still prefer this and you somehow can't find the monitor application in App Store, please contact us and we'll send you the information. If the system contains an eHub device, a separate computer or a separate tablet can be connected to control the system or read out the system status. Both tablet and computer can be connected to the Wi-Fi at the firing line. The network name and password are marked at the back of the firing line Wi-Fi antenna. It's also possible to connect to the system with an ordinary network patch cable. The patch cable must then be attached to one of the spare connectors at the network switch inside of the cabinet. We'll be releasing separate videos on how to operate the system. The Wi-Fi antennas and the eHub device are powered up when the cabinet is connected to mains power. The monitor tablets are powered up when pushing the power button. We recommend disconnecting the power cabinet when you're not using the system to reduce the chance of damage due to lightning strike. Also make sure that the monitors are properly switched off when leaving them. Often the tablets just go into sleep mode and then you lose a lot of battery this way. That's all for this presentation of how to install the Kongsberg eScore Target at the firing line. Thanks so much for joining us, and remember that you can always reach out to us through our website at www.kongsbergtargets.com if you have any questions about our systems. Thank you.